Hi everyone. Welcome back to GIS Gallery. In today's video, we're diving into the world of Advanced Digitization Tools in ArcGIS Pro. This is part 1 of our series, where we'll explore the Modify Features tools and show you how to efficiently edit and enhance your spatial data. Let's jump right in.
So we'll be seeing with the modify tools. Okay. So what is the modify features? If you click on modify features, you have a whole set of tools open up, right? So these are the modify tools, and you can also access them in here from your tools. So if you just click on here, you can see the same tools here. All right. So there are some advanced tools also here. In here, we'll be saying only the basic tools from here. All right. So the basic tools, first we'll say we have the move, rotate, scale, right? Annotation, transform, align features, and move to. So we'll be saying first one is the move tool. Okay, so click on move tool. You can see your shape kind of changes like this. Okay, so using this tool, you can actually move your features. I think in our map, yeah, like you could just move it with just the selection, right? So if it's selected, you could actually move it like that. But in ArcGIS Pro, if you need to actually move your data, you'll have to select the move feature, move tool, the modify tool, and then just click OK. The feature has been moved here, right? And then also we have also got the rotate tool. So if we have, I'm going to select this one. So I'll just select this one. You just click on modify tool. Just click on rotate. Now see how I can rotate these features. Okay. So with the rotate tool, I can actually change the orientation or rotate my feature like this in whatever orientation we want. After we are done, we can just click on OK, and it will be rotated. And then we got the scale. Scale is something like we could actually move out the scale. So you can actually zoom it, make it smaller, make it bigger. That is what scale tool does. So these three are the basic move, rotate, and scale tools. And the transform tool is we'll be seeing it later because those are some another kind of functions, the transform tools that we'll be seeing it later. Annotation is okay. Annotation also we'll see later because it's related to labeling and annotations. So when we are doing the symbology and labeling, we'll be seeing the annotation tool. Next, we have the align features. Align features is something you can use to actually align whatever the fields, whatever the features that you have, right? So I have a data here, right? I have these two that are disjoint, okay? So I can actually align these two. So if I click here, if you move your mouse over here, you can see that it shows the draw the alignment path, right? I just click it and then I can actually draw an alignment path here. Okay, so an alignment path is drawn. Now it's asking for a tolerance. To find out the tolerance, what you need to do, you have to actually go and measure the distance between these two. So that is the tolerance that we need to actually connect these two features. So if I'm measuring it, it's somewhere on the range of 2.6 meters. So I'll just round it and give it 3 meters here. I just give round it and give 3 meters. So this is already gone, right? So when I'm giving the 3 meters, you can actually find out the tolerance that is had found, right? So from here and here, it has found out the 3 meters tolerance. And then in here we have the side. If we want to actually join these two lines, or we only want it to be joined to the left or the right, right, or both, you can set it like this. And if you want the edge to be round or square, you can set it like this. So I'll be setting to round and I'll just give it to both here. And when I'm clicking on align, see how it has aligned. See, so these two features are somehow aligned to each other. So this is what align tool does. So the boundaries it will be aligning to each other. Okay. And then we have the move to tool. It's something like it moves your value. So whatever the features that you have selected, you can actually move it to a specific lat and long. All right. That is the move to, right? And the basic reshape tools are edit vertices and reshape. This is the tools that you will be mostly most commonly using. So what edit vertices do is, so when you have selected a feature and click on edit vertices, you can actually move each and every vertices that you have placed. Like this you can move. Oh, I'll just show you the other place. So if I'm going like this, so we'll be have. I'll just pause. So if I'm just click with the edit vertices tool, if I'm clicking here, you can see each and every vertices that I had placed when I was drawing this polygon. Okay. So if it's something like actually the point was here, I can just move these vertices like this. Or I can even right click this vertex and then I have something here called, yeah, I can delete the vertices or add more vertices. So if I'm clicking on delete the vertex and then I'm just clicking here, that vertex go deleted, right? If I actually want to add more vertices, I can click on the add here and then I can just place more vertices and then move them however I want, right? So this tool comes in handy when it's like so when you want to make any changes on the shape that you have drawn, like small changes, like you just wanted to move a specific vertex, or if you wanted to like just remove any specific vertex. All those things you can do with the edit vertices tool. After you're done, you can just click on finish, and then whatever the edits that you had made will be made. Always make sure whatever the edits you have done, don't forget to save it. So it will only be saved to your features if you click on the save button here. Okay. And then we got the reshape tool. Reshape tool is you can change your shape to whatever it is. So if it's something like, let me add out my color district too, right? So instead of this polygon here, if I wanted this whole thing to be one, what I can do with the snapping on, I can just start from here, right? I'll just go over like this, and if I enable the tracing, I can just trace it like this, and I'll just finish it here. And now I just reshaped the whole polygon to what shape I wanted, right? You can see it, right? So it was like this before. So what I did is I just selected this polygon, whichever polygon that I wanted to reshape, clicked on the reshape tool, and then just drew it in the whatever shape that I wanted. Sorry, the tracing was on. So I can just draw it in whatever the shape I wanted. So that is how you can use your reshape tool to make any changes to whatever the features that you have drawn. So that is the reshape tool. So these edit vertices and reshape tool will be most useful for you guys, because you will be able to make any changes in here. So whatever, if you had any made any mistakes, if you had any or you wanted to actually do some kind of changes, you can use this edit vertices and the reshape tool to actually do this. Okay. And what you got next is, then we go over to that buildings again. That we told you, I'll just, yeah, those buildings. All right. So next we have is replace geometry. Replace geometry is something like, so if I have selected this feature here. If I click on replace geometry, I can just draw something. So I'll just draw this here with the replace geometry tool enabled. Now this feature that was here, it has been replaced by this feature, right? So if it's selected here, I can just move it here. So whole geometry got replaced. So whatever the feature that was in here, it got replaced by this geometry that I have drawn. So that is replace geometry, right? You can actually replace the polygons in here. Okay. Then replace multipatch, it's for the multipatch features that you have drawn. Okay. And then you have something called continue feature. Okay. So continue feature is you can just add the digitization from wherever you had finished earlier. See, this was this feature was like this before, but then I was able to much or less like. But the thing is, like, you can actually start it from where you left off. So in the case of this line, right? So when I was drawing it, I actually finished it here. I can even see this line here, right? Okay, just click on escape, right? So yesterday, if you guys remember, I started this line from here and then I finished it here. With this line selected, if I'm clicking on continue feature, it just looks like I'm just continuing from where I left off. I can just, it's just continuing. It's not actually reshaping it, it's like continuing from where I stopped digitizing. So if I'm just clicking on this line, see, so I actually started from here and then finished the line here yesterday. But when I'm clicking on continue feature, it's acting like I just drew it and then it's waiting for me to place my next point. It's like the modify feature, right? But modify feature is something like it's changing the whole thing. So when you're like, so I'll just show you. So if you're reshaping this thing, it's not just adding from new point. It's making the whole thing new once again. But at the same time, the continue feature, it's only starting from where you stopped the last time. It's just as the name says, you're just continuing the feature creation. That is the continue feature. Okay. You got tools like extend, fillet, generalize. So fillet tool is something like, so if you had a tool here, you can actually, you can see this, right? I can actually make some kind of curves. So it's making a curve of my data. So if I'm selecting this line, I'm clicking on the fillet. I'm filleting from here to here. You can see how I can just move my line to make a curve. So that is the fillet tools. Like I'm selecting this line and I'm just filleting it with here. See? So you can make smooth curves like this using your fillet tool. And then you got the extend or trim. I think you know this. We can actually extend or trim your line. So you can see this, right? So this line I had stopped here, right? So with the extend or trim, I can just actually, if I'm just moving over my line onto this line, you can see a black line is drawn. So if I'm just clicking it here, you can see my line which had been stopped here just extended to another line, right? So that is extend or trim. So it will look at, and now since it's still in extend or trim, if I'm looking at here, it's actually moving to if I want to trim it. So if I click it again, it's actually trimmed it. So this thing just makes a looks at your data and decides if you want to do extend or trim. If you just want to do extend, you can click on the extend and just you can extend it like this. You just need to click on where you want this line to be extended. So it's now extended. And now if you want to trim it, you just want to explicitly trim it, you can just click on the trim tool here and you'll just do it like this. So this is the extend or trim line. So it only works when there is another line to be joined. You can't just like it's not like your continue feature, right? So you can't just so we have this line here, right? I can't just extend it like till here. See, I cannot just click it like this and extend it here. You actually need another line to where this thing should be extended, right? I can't just click it here and then click it here to find it's to form a curve. You can only extend it in a moreover like a straight line. So since this line, if I wanted this line to be extended here, I should have had another line here, right? So I'll just I'll just create a new line here. Okay. Now I can actually extend it. So if it's like I can just click on extend and then I can just move it like this. So you can see here, right? So when my cursor moves over to here, you can find out it forms a straight line. It connects a straight line and then I can just extend to here. So with the extend or trim tool, you actually need another line to which I can extend it to. But then if I wanted to like just continue it here, I should have used which one? The continue feature, right? I should have used a continue feature just to continue it here, or I should have just added the create features and then joined it or snapped it over here. So you guys are getting the difference, right? Of the continue feature and then this trim or extend. With the trim or extend, you actually need another line to be extended to, and then it only moves on a straight path. You can only trim or extend it to a straight path. Is that clear for you?